Welcome everybody for this webinar on team performance, which I hope that you will all get to benefit from the information that I'm going to present on 6 team conditions, and also will help you answer any questions regarding team performance and how to support teams, how to develop teams. And at the end, we will also explain what is the program that we present for the world in English and in Arabic to help people understand how they can support their teams, especially leaders, consultants, coaches, organizational development experts, human resources. All these people need to be able to understand teams really well. So how we will start, I will present the 6 team conditions. But before I do that, I want to make sure that I let the author, one of the Harvard scholars who researched for over 30 years the model, come and speak to us about it, because it's better to hear it from her and to hear what is she has been doing that made 6 team conditions very part of every team coaching program, part of every team development approach.
What we do at 6 Team Conditions is promote the science and the art of great teams. Our aim is simple, but we think it's very powerful. We believe that the big problems in the world are going to be solved by brilliant collaboration. So we want to spread the capacity to form great teams as far and as wide as we can. There is a science to great teams. In the last 30 years of my research and my work with Richard Hackman at Harvard and the work of many of our students and colleagues, we've identified a handful of conditions that teams can intentionally put in place that most powerfully lead to brilliant collaboration and really meaningful accomplishment. We learned from studying countless teams around the world, from performing ensembles to senior leadership teams, that you can't make a team be great. What you can do is put in place healthy conditions that together stack the deck in favor of a team growing into a superb collaboration. That's the science, the 6 conditions for team effectiveness.
In 2017, I studied interpersonal group dynamics in Yale School of Management. And after that, soon, in the beginning of 2018, I attended a panel discussion in New York ICF chapter, where Ruth was actually presenting the model, the 6 team conditions. And very soon after, I got engaged with a very big organization, corporate in America. And I became an executive coach for 6 months. And I started coaching VPs, director levels, senior managers. And every time I coach someone, I notice that they bring the relationship of someone else into the space of coaching. And sometimes they talk about the whole team. And sometimes they talk about their peers, their team with their boss. So I was intrigued, and I wanted to continue this work, the work of interpersonal group dynamics and team coaching, which Ruth was speaking about, but I didn't know where to start. So I immediately signed up for Team Diagnostic Survey 6 Team Conditions training, and I started my journey as I was practicing team coaching. I was a little bit brave, so I took myself into the team coaching space and helped 20 plus teams align and understand how to work effectively together, performance and communication. And of course, the teams are not standalone by themselves. They're part of a bigger system. They're nested within a system. So there were times when I brought 2 teams together to dialogue and articulate what is it they need from the other team. And sometimes it was the whole organization that was addressed. And I was working on the relationship part and the communication. So after that, very soon in 2019, I became an advanced 6 team conditions coach and trainer, facilitator. And since then, I have been talking about team diagnostic survey in my podcast. Both of them, the Arabic one, I actually have 20 episodes on team coaching, and I have around 3 or 4 episodes in the English podcast around the team conditions or the collaboration that happens. But of course, before any collaboration can happen, we have to have the basics in place, the design of the team. And the reason I am very fascinated about this model, because it helps you diagnose, it helps you redesign, and it helps you relaunch, and it helps you coach the team based on what the scientific data that's coming out of understanding this model. So let's start. Let's begin by understanding what is team effectiveness. Actually, team effectiveness means that the team is meeting the expectations of its clients or exceeding these expectations. The team becomes increasingly capable as they work together as a unit. And the individual members of the team, they become even more competent, more capable as they work in that team. So these 3, call it KPIs, call it signs, call it readings, these 3 determine the team if it's effective or not. The task, and then there is something else called key task processes that drive effectiveness. So in order to arrive to these 3 important signs, we have to first look at what comes behind them. What comes behind them is what the team does to arrive there, which is the key task processes that drive effectiveness. The first one, how much effort each member is putting into the shared purpose of the team. The second one, what is the way of working? What is the strategy? What is the processes or processes that go into the work that they do together that is considered successful and effective and leads to the most effective, most efficient? And then third, how much knowledge and skills are the members bringing into the team from what they know, from the history, from their experiences? And these 3, we call it the coaching area. We coach teams basically on these 3 areas. But there is something more important. Before even that happens, we need to understand what are the team 6 conditions that enables the team to arrive here. The first thing that we need to know is our approach in the 6 team conditions is based on increasing the chances that the team bring their efforts, strategies, and knowledge. So let's see those team conditions. These are the essentials and the enablers. The essentials are must-have. Without them, there is no team. It's just a group of people working together in a department or in an office or virtually. And the enablers, that is the catalyst, that is what accelerates the development and the work and the performance of the team. So looking at the essentials, the first one is real team. Is this a real team or is just a group of people? How do we know? And in order to understand real team, we need to see if they are bounded together, if they are interdependent, working each off of the other, and if the team is stable. Once we fulfill these 3 criteria, we have a real team. The second one is the compelling purpose. Does the team have a clear understanding of what it needs to do to arrive where it needs to arrive? Does the team see the end, or is the team only assigned the means? If the team is only assigned means, the team is handicapped because they don't know what they're doing. They're just following orders. So we need to have a checklist. The purpose needs to be clear, challenging, and consequential. Consequential meaning the work that this team is doing determines the life of the organization, is part of the strategy. It is an important piece of work. And challenging means it uses the potential of each individual member in the team. So they need to feel like they're using their best effort to try to achieve that purpose. So this is the second condition. And the third condition is having the right people. And in order to do that, we need to make sure that the members in the team have skills that allows them to collaborate and have adequate diversity of experiences and skills, good mix of perspectives and capabilities. And the size of the team need to be small, single digit. If it exceeds 9 people, we run into difficulties because of the connectedness, the interdependency, because of the dynamics of the relationship. So working together, when you're hiring a team, you need to fulfill these conditions. But if you inherit a team that is already in place and you cannot change the members, then you have to work on something else, which we will talk about in the enabling conditions. So real team, compelling purpose, right people, sound structure is the fourth condition, which is the enabler. Everything has a structure. And in order for a bridge to be strong and carry heavy weight, you have to have very important connectedness between the members, which means the goals, the overarching goals are defined well with KPIs, and each one of them has specific, complete, meaningful tasks connected to the purpose. And these tasks are connected together whereby the team cannot achieve the purpose without working together. And how do we do that? It's the design, the way the leader designs these great important tasks that fulfill the purpose of the team. And the second one, having norms of conduct. How do they talk to each other? How many meetings? What do they do in the meetings? How do they communicate the work? Do we sit together and meet every day for a few minutes, or do we meet once a week? And when we are in the meeting, how do we talk to each other? What are we focused on? Displaying what I have done, regardless, and defending my own organization, my own other team, my own people, or actually being transparent and value each other's input and empathize with each other's input. So there are a lot of talking here about relational, how does the team relate to each other, and also how do they communicate together. And it's a coaching area as well. The essentials, the enablers. The fifth condition is the supportive context. That means the leader is exercising influence upward and outward to remove all roadblocks from the team's way so that the team can function. Open opportunities for the team to shine and be visible to the organization, and provide the resources that the team needs so that they can work without obstacles. And this is the leader's responsibility. And then we come to the sixth condition, which is, hey, team coaching, finally we're here. And team coaching means that there is someone in the organization, internal or external to the organization, who can intervene in the team process and strategy and effort, and maybe some of the conditions, so that they can support the team in working and performing better. So now we've reached the end of the 16 conditions. And this is, of course, in between, there's the team leadership. And then what's the role of the team leader? The team leader acts as a support, make sure that the team is well designed, and make sure that the team is well coached. Sometimes the coaching happens by the leader, sometimes happens by the members, sometimes happen by an internal expert. So this is the assessment, the team diagnostic survey. The assessment contains the 16 conditions, the processes, and the effectiveness. And all the team have to take this assessment together, each individually, of course, on their own. But what happens, we aggregate the numbers and we come up with how much the team members are satisfied with their development. Look at this green side. They're very satisfied here. And then, are they performing, meeting the expectations or exceeding it? Little bit. They can do better. But what is the quality of the group processes? Quite high, almost 4 out of 5. And then the efforts, strategy, knowledge, and skills. Real team, they think they are a real team, so they fulfill a big part of the first condition. They are the right people. Maybe some of them are missing some skills, but that's fine. We can work on that. And they understand the compelling purpose pretty well. Maybe they need a little bit of clarification or to work on clarifying exactly what they're trying to do. And is there a sound structure? Maybe the team has a lot of people. We don't know. Is the context supportive? Maybe here there is a problem. The team is trying to do a lot of work, but they're facing obstacles from the external system. So the leader, is he doing or she doing a great job in supporting the team and removing those obstacles? We don't know. And is there team coaching? It seems there is team coaching. But the problem that we have identified is that no matter how much you coach the team and how good the quality of the coaching, if the team design is weak or not performed well by the leader, we end up having the same results. So we will go in empty circles, like vicious cycles. So you find a lot of information in Richard Hackeman around this model and senior leadership teams. Here is Ruth Wagaman, Harvard Business School. And this model was developed by these leaders from Harvard. They have a psychometric sound and peer-reviewed validated data collected on more than 1,000 plus teams in diverse settings globally. Commercially was released in 2017, and it coincided that I was on the 3 pilots, the first, the second, the third. So I'm really proud of being part of the first cohort. It was used by top teams in Fortune 500 companies and public and nonprofit organizations, used by leadership teams, startups, agile teams, flight crews, surgical teams, project teams, sales teams, operations, finance, professional services, and more. In a study of 120 top leadership teams, Wagaman, of course, there is a lot of published papers on this model. 2008 published paper found that TDS, Team Diagnostic Survey, 16 condition predicted more than 50% of team effectiveness. And it was found that only 24% of leadership teams were high performing. Stunning, right? Like imagine 76% are not performing well. We're talking about leadership teams, not normal teams. We're talking about senior leadership teams. So this is shocking, because if you have companies, 76% of these companies, senior leadership teams, are not performing well. But those who were had distinctively better design on all 6 conditions. And now I am going to talk a little bit about design. Would you use team coaching as a leader?
because team coaching accounts for 10% of the team heightened performance. That is apart from the team design and team launching. Team design forms 60% of team cohesion and high performance. In team design, the leader spends enough time to create the purpose, the collaborative tasks, and the suitable members for those tasks. Team launching accounts for 30% for the high performance of any team, because in team launching, leaders spend time with the team discussing how these collaborative tasks are going to work. They create the processes, they create the accountability, they create the psychological safety, and they establish the team norms and values. This facilitates a culture of transparency and trust. The team starts working and its coaching begins, but it only accounts for 10% of its team performance. So that's when the coaching becomes powerful. The coaching mobilizes the team towards its goals.
The other thing that I wanted to bring before I open the floor for questions and discussion is what we do in Global Talent Academy is we present the new charismatic team coaching program, which relies in a very big part on 6 team conditions. And we teach you what we've just taught you, a little bit detailed, but what we do is we help the participants launch a team, a real team with a real project in real life. And thus they learn the 6 team conditions by practice as members and as leaders. And then once the team is launched, they start taking turns coaching the team, and this is how they learn team coaching. We have been delivering team coaching since 2023 when ICF launched its first invitation. So we were the first to get approved, and we delivered in 2 languages, Arabic and English, and we are number 13 provider in the USA. We have trained and graduated 27 coach and 3 leaders. So yes, we do train leaders on team coaching. And that is the good news. It's not just coaches. Coaches come because they want to get accredited, certified, have extra tools in their hands so that they can do executive and leadership coaching and organizational coaching with confidence because now they understand the system. But the leaders are the expert on their teams, and they learn how to coach easily and they apply it without any question, like it's their second nature. And this is what I would like also to bring to all of you. 9 months, 65 hours, weekly training meetings of 2.5 hours, including self-study and a learning platform. Day and time to be decided by the cohort agreement. So the group of people who register, between 5 and 7 people, we don't take more. We get their agreement on the best day and the best timing, and usually it works. Even though they come from different parts of the world, it has worked so far. and then the program is approved by and accredited by ICF. And as I said, we include a team project experience during the training and a team coaching experience outside the training to count towards 5 experiences required for ACTC. So the ICF accreditation, ACTC, requires you to do the 60 hours, not 65, and then 5 team coaching experiences, and then requires you to do 5 supervision hours, and then take the exam. So we help you during the 9 month or the 6 month or whatever time we spent together, because we do stop for holidays and vacations, and we consider people's circumstances. It is important that the learning happens without stress. We help you find the team, go through the consultation journey of team diagnostic and understanding, assessing what kind of team development modalities you want to use, and then having the discussion with the organization and the leader, and this is all real, while being supervised. Coaching supervision, team coaching supervision. And I supervise using Alison Hodge, the MAP, which I was recently trained by Alison to help team coaches understand how to navigate the team coaching map. And I also prepares you for the exam, the ACTC. So the platform has a lot of quizzes and case studies and learning reports. So you get to prepare yourself with knowledge. And as I said, I include 5 supervision sessions in 2 sessions, hours in 2 sessions. And once you graduate, we don't leave you. We have a community of practice, and we are growing, and we do these kind of things like review of knowledge, interviews with team coaches. We do group supervision using different methods. We do a lot of things, and we're looking forward to having you continue with us for as long as you take, because it's not something that you will find easy to do team coaching immediately. If you are already in an organization, you might have your clients ready. So the certificate, the accreditation or the certificate of team coaching, New Charismatic Team Coaching, is equivalent to level 1 coaching education. So you can actually use it to apply for PCC renewal. I have reached the end of my presentation.